Not a masterpiece by any means. This is not, film that we'll show at a coach's clinic or anything like that. It was ugly. It was nasty. It was gritty. It was sloppy. We played for huge swatches of the game with very little energy, and we had to kind of, really stick to a core group of guys that would play with juice and play with enthusiasm and play with some passion and some fight, and we did that, and that group down the stretch really dug in and made game-winning plays. Again, it wasn't beautiful, but it's much better to learn from a win than it is a loss, obviously, and conference wins are hard to come by. And I think especially for our team, as we just get more accustomed to winning, as we're expected to win games, we need to expect to win games, right? So we just make winning a habit, make playing well and playing hard a habit, and that's going to be part of our growth and our progress. I keep making the point to the team, Howie's sick of hearing me say it, man, but this process is not a smooth, paved, straight line road, right? There's going to be turns and bumps and gravel and things that are ugly and rough, but it's just our ability to navigate it and be resilient and nasty, just to win each moment and each step of the process. That's what's going to matter, and then hopefully, we'll continue to do that, and we'll be the best version of ourselves, in money-making time at the end of the year.
Coach, such a physical and emotional game for you guys today. What is it exactly that you tell your players to kind of hold focus in those moments where it's complete chaos?
Yeah. Obviously, I didn't do a great job for most of it, right? So, Howie did an unbelievable job of showing tremendous fight, but then also making game-winning, smart, execution-based plays, right? Like, he really modeled, exactly what you're talking about. When it's chaotic, when it's ugly, and there's bodies flying, and there's fouls, and, the band's playing, and all this kind of wild stuff. When we can dial in and do exactly what Howie did and win 50-50 balls, and then come down and make great plays off of 2 feet for other people, and get to the basket and finish in traffic and all those kinds of things, man, like that's a high level performance. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes the numbers don't necessarily dictate that, but those are game-winning plays that bleed into some of our other guys' performances. And you look at somebody like DK, with his offensive rebounds down the stretch, it's just massive plays. So Trey did the same thing. Trey had some rough patches in this game. He responded, right? He really responded with some mental toughness and got to the paint and finished through contact and made plays for other people and guarded really well. And so it's more about me trying to just keep us focused and aligned with what's important in each moment, and each timeout, and each dead ball. Like what's important for this play, and I thought our guys, by and large, especially down the stretch, did a really nice job of that.
Thank you, Howie. Coach said it. You stepped up there in the final minutes of the game. Just describe to me what exactly happened those last 2 minutes and how you went in there mentally.
For me personally, it was just more so, it was one point in the game, Coach told me, go get a rebound. And then one time, I had one offensive rebound at the timeout. So it was really just a look in the mirror and just asking myself what I wanted out of it. Am I out here giving my all? And I owe it to my team to give it my all. So honestly, that second half, I just felt like I just went out there and gave it my all. It was nothing crazy. I didn't tell myself nothing crazy. I just practiced what I preached.
Coach, coming off 2 losses, how nice was it to get back into the win column? I know this wasn't the prettiest game, like you said, but you still get a win nonetheless.
Yeah, it's terrific. I mean, if we can just, any conference win is massive. Any win for this group is massive. I keep, again, Howie, I'm repeating myself, but I keep talking to Howie and the greater group about just how special this opportunity is, right? Like, every game is such a cool thing. Like, Howie hasn't played basketball in, whatever it is, 18 months. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, value it, you know what I'm saying? Cherish it. Be grateful for all of it, for the workouts, for the grind, for the travel, because this is the last time you're going to play with this group of guys, right? And some of these guys, it's the last time they're going to play college basketball ever. So all of this stuff matters, and when you can do it through fight with your teammates and come out with wins like this, it is disgusting. And I told the group the film's going to be nasty and hard to watch, but we will certainly take wins. We just got to. The most important thing from all of this thing, besides the win, is just the learning process, right? Like, I think we learned from Sela because we improved and played better against Corpus. I think we played a little bit tired and lethargic for large pieces of this game, and we have to learn from this now. You know what I'm saying? So all of this is just opportunities to learn and get better, and so we can just continue to progress.
And then for you, Howie, great game. You were so big on the boards. I know you said you just had to dig deep, but when you think about your performance, what are some of the thoughts that kind of go through your mind?
Well, I will say at one point, my teammates. It was honestly my teammates. All of them have faith in me. They encouraged me to go and play my game. And I found myself at one point with 4 of the guys on the floor just telling me do my thing. Like Coach said, I haven't played in a while. And, they reminded me a lot about that when I'm out there not going as hard. So just hearing that, having that group of good guys behind me, pushing me and encouraging me, it kind of makes it easy for me to go out there and just give my all, honestly.
Coach, for you to just get this win, and it's just a bunch of ugly numbers. You're usually up there in free throw percentages, but this time, it was just one of those ugly battles. From this, what do you just take from this? Because conference wins, they're hard to get by, and you get this one here tonight to get yourself recharged and going again in conference play.
Yeah, the point I made to the guys in the locker room was it can be 10 of 22 from the free throw line and 20 of 52 from the field, where we shot 39% from the field overall for the game, and we can still win, right? I give a tremendous amount of credit to East Texas. They played really hard. Their guys play with tremendous energy and physicality. They play with confidence. They play with some freedom. So I give them a ton of confidence, a ton of credit where they really took the fight to us. But I think our guys, I was pleading with them at the end where this can be our secret sauce, right? The resilience, the togetherness, the grit. It does nothing to do with what we shoot from the free throw line. It has nothing to do with what we're shooting from 3. We can still win games if we continue to pull in the same direction and show collective fight. And this was such a perfect illustration of that. You know what I mean? And we're going to play better, right? We'll be a better version of ourselves. We will play better offensively and defensively. We will make shots. We will take care of the basketball. We've shown that consistently for the rest of this year. So I'm tremendous amount of confidence, our ability to play better and play at a higher level. But when we combine those 2 elements of our grit and our resilience with that kind of aesthetically pleasing, high-level skill basketball, I'd like to think we're going to be a pretty good version of ourselves down the road.
Last one on my end, to have that big 13-point run in the last 2 40-plus minutes of the game, to just get those offensive bursts, how does that talk about your team's resiliency offensively? They had been challenged all night, just being held to 1 shot per possession, and then you guys kept doing the same to them on the defensive end. Just how does that speak volumes about the team's resiliency, now having Hassam Abdul Hakim back and having him progress with the rest of the group now?
Yeah, I think it really supersedes one person, right? You look at Hassan's line. I mean, he had 8 points. He was 2 for 9 from the field, and only had 1 rebound. So I don't think he's going to walk away from this thing feeling like he was covered in glory. It was really the collective, it's the group, right? I think so much of our offensive run was spurred by our defense and our stops and our runouts in transition. The guy next to me, Howie, did an unbelievable job pushing in transition, looking for pass aheads, pushing himself, getting to the rim, making some poised plays after some effort plays, which is exactly what he does. And it just wasn't him. It was the group, right? It was built off of nastiness. It was built off of stops. It was built off of rebounding. It was built off of pace. It was built off our offensive rebounding. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, if we can continue to just pull in that direction, keep rowing the boat, man, like our waves on the offensive glass, our waves of pace and transition, it will eventually wear a lot of people down. And we just have to be mentally tough enough to continue to do it over the course of 40 minutes. Cool.
Appreciate you guys.